Hey number sixes, I hope you're well and welcome to your self-care reading for the week ahead. Let's jump right into your reading for what you can consider doing for self-care. So number sixes, we start off your reading with self-love affirmations, essence number 8, which is all about manifestation, vision and building, which is really lovely, building on the relationship that you're creating, building on the self-care journey that you are currently on. If you are on one, or a self-love journey or something like that, I encourage you to bring in some self-love affirmations if you haven't already. Self-love affirmations and affirmations in general are really powerful, right? They're even powerful even if they're negative, right? I encourage you to bring in some positive self-love affirmations this week as part of self-care. Having a vision for yourself, how do you want your relationship to be with yourself? How do you want to feel with yourself, right? You want to say, you know what, I want to have a relationship with myself where I feel like I can trust myself, where I feel like I love myself, where I feel like I'm proud of myself. And have a think about those statements that you're making. Have a think about, maybe make a list of how you want to feel in your space, in your life, in yourself. And then start thinking about what self-love affirmations you can bring in, right? So you can say, I love myself, I trust myself. And it's simple ones like these that you can say. You can even start to say them in front of the mirror. Now, this is really powerful. This is mirror work. It's a great way just to get these affirmations into the subconscious mind, right? Imagine what life would be like if we really started to have as a core belief that we love ourselves, that we are important, that we are valuable. So there's so much power in self-love affirmations. I encourage you to create some this week, to have a look at some and to start saying them, giving yourself so much love, right? Creating that love, creating that space for love all around you this week as part of self-care. Maybe you're needing to manifest love and relationship with yourself first. Now let's go to your second card. We have here rest, essence number 7, which is all about withdrawing inner wisdom, spirituality, faith and manifestation. Again, it kind of comes in this idea of trusting yourself, which I mentioned as part of this self-love affirmation, and having that true vision for yourself. Maybe you're just needing to rest in your energy and resting in trusting yourself, or being willing to rest, right? Not always being on autopilot, not always being go, 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 but actually taking the time to rest and to trust. Could also resonate quite practically, and just taking the time to rest when we come back in from a hard day's work, taking the time to put our feet up, taking the time to have naps if we need them, taking the time to get enough sleep if we are able to. It's not always possible, but creating that space for ourselves, being willing to create this space for ourselves in our schedule, right? Allowing us to resting our body physically. It could also be resting spiritually and emotionally. Maybe that's what you're needing to do. Maybe a lot has been going on and you're just needing to return that self-love to yourself. Goes really nicely with your first card and the 8 energy. Okay, now let's go to your third card, your last card. We have here declutter, clean and tidy, essence number 1. Essence number 1 is all about new beginnings, positivity and initiative. I love the initiative aspect of the 1 energy. Taking that time to really be intentional about your space and how you're feeling, not only your space but also about your mental health and your emotional health and things like that. But let's just talk practically first, right? Doing a little bit of a declutter, clean and tidy can do a world of good. How we feel in our space and how our space feels and looks can really have an effect on ourselves. It could be that you take 5 minutes each and every day to do a light dust. It could be taking the time to do a quick hoover, thinking about ways and finding ways in which you can keep your space in tip-top shape. And sometimes when we're in a clean and clutter-free environment, it really helps us bring in that clarity. It really helps us to have a clear vision. So this is where it can also link to mental health and emotional health. Taking the time to really think about, some of the beliefs that you have, the limiting beliefs that you're having, maybe thinking about mindset and your thoughts, right? Really taking the time to think about those. Am I having too many thoughts about a certain subject? Am I having too many thoughts that are just coming across negative, that aren't for my greatest good, right? Really take a look this week and think about what it is that you can get rid of, what can you declutter, clean and tidy practically, but also emotionally and mentally, okay? So if we were to add this up, number 6 we would have a 7 energy. We've got the 8 plus 7, which is 15, 15 plus 1, which is 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. Essence number 7, again, all about withdrawing inner wisdom, spirituality, faith and manifestation. So it could just be taking this week, number 6 to just withdraw, right? Just to retreat a little bit, taking the time to really return that love that maybe you're needing with your first card, taking the time to rest goes really nicely again with the 7 energy, and also taking that time to declutter, clean and tidy, taking the time to withdraw and just to tend to your space, to tend to your garden, to tend to your energy, to just to tap in and to think about how you're feeling and ways in which you can feel better, ways in which you can help yourself this week in terms of something quite practical like tidying up, cleaning up, taking the time to rest, taking the time to loving yourself with those self-love affirmations, okay? So I really lovely reading number 6. I hope that it resonated, and of course I very much look forward to seeing you in the next one. But for now, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week ahead filled with lots and lots of self-care. Take care of yourselves. Bye.